Back in the kitchen with Lucy Greer from Greer's Markets. Lucy is making a sweet treat with tons of butter.
Yes, we're making pound cake today. Posey's pound cake, which I've made before on here, and it's just one of my favorite recipes. And I thought with people gearing up for Easter and get-togethers, it might be another fun one to share.
Yeah, you know, I have to give you a break because so many times recently you've been working on quick, healthy dishes, healthy things that we can eat. Every now and then you got to splurge.
That's right, you do. Everything in moderation is what I say.
Especially with a holiday coming up.
I know, and it's so fun. I'm already getting excited about Easter egg hunts with the kids, and we typically go to Dothan, which is where Spear is from, for Easter, but his mom and her husband are going to be out of town, so I think we're sticking around Mobile for Easter, which will be nice for a change.
Yeah, lots of fun things to do around here during the Easter season, and also fun just to sometimes be at home to celebrate for the holidays as well.
It is. So we've already gotten to work on our pound cake. So like you said, we started with 3 sticks of butter and also 1 block of cream cheese, and then we creamed that together with our 3 cups of sugar and a little bit of salt. We added 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then I just added in 6 eggs. So now we are at the point of adding our flour. This is 3 cups of flour, so I'm just going to add this in a little bit at a time until it gets incorporated.
Sounds good. Now, while you're working on that, tell us what the latest is at Greer's.
Chastity and I were talking about, you know, of course, Easter coming up and spring break. So I know that you are a frequenter of our stores and always like to be driving and pop in on one. So I like that, and I always think about that when people are like, oh, I ran across the Greer's. I always think about you saying, I ran across the Greer's. And they are just, you know, they just pop up on you, and especially now that a lot of people are going to be headed towards the water during the spring and summer. So anytime you see one of our stores, I'd love for you to pop in and see what we have going on. Yeah,
speaking of heading toward the water and spring break and that kind of stuff, one of the ones that I find myself popping into often is the one on the way to Dolphin Island.
Yep, we were talking about that one. We actually are working on plans to expand that store. If you have been in there, it's really tight, and so we're going to be working on some plans. Actually, we are right now to expand that store and also add an Ace Hardware down there. We have 3 Ace Hardware. So and especially for people that live down there, you know, there isn't much down there. So that store will be our 4th Ace Hardware. We have 3 right now, and speaking of the spring and summer, you know, those are all geared up now with everybody getting ready for planting flowers and all the garden equipment and all that kind of stuff. So it's fun to have Ace Hardwares, especially this time of year.
So you're working on that. I also heard you mention you were going to make some sort of frosting on top.
Yeah, we're going to make a glaze that's just going to come together in a snap, and we'll do that in the 3rd segment. So all I'm going to do is spray our bundt pan. I just like to buy the spray with the flour in it, and then we have the oven on at 300, and it's going to take a little over an hour to bake. So we'll get our icing on this cake that's already baked.
Sounds like a plan. Stick around. You are going to want to make this for friends and families over the holidays, or just if it's Wednesday, you can make it that day as well. 7 days a week. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.